Good morning, Mayor.
You want to get us started, Deputy Mayor Smith-Jones?
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the opportunity. So, good morning. I wanted to first kind of lay some preliminary instructions so everyone is aware of how we're going to proceed this morning. We will be recording this event, and please note that everyone is muted except for our panel of speakers. After the speakers are finished, then we will proceed to Q&A from the media in the Q&A chat box. Good morning. I am Angela Smith-Jones, the Deputy Mayor of Economic Development for Mayor Joe Hogsett. As we all know, during the COVID-19, there have been unprecedented unemployment numbers, and we have been experiencing a crisis. This crisis has been occurring not only nationally, but in the state of Indiana and in our very own city. In Marion County, we have had approximately a 12.3% unemployment rate in June. We have what has been established for quite some time now, the Regional Workforce Partnership, which is a collection of local businesses, government organizations, community-based organizations, and they've been focused on working on the market for our residents, our employers, and how to deal with this situation, creating a stronger labor market for everyone who lives and works in Indianapolis. When the number of residents and the unemployment numbers rapidly increased in March and continue to stay high through where currently the numbers where we are now, our mayor, Joe Hogsett, early on during this crisis in April, called on the Regional Workforce Partnership to expedite its work in order to ensure that Central Indiana could respond quickly and efficiently. Here to tell us more about the result, which is launching today, please allow me to introduce to you Joe Hogsett, the 49th mayor of the city of Indianapolis. Mayor.
Well, thank you, Deputy Mayor Smith-Jones. And I also want to welcome, because all of you will be hearing from them later, Jason Kloth, Michael Huber, obviously Angie Cart-Klitsch, and Marie McIntosh from Employee Indy. And I want to welcome them to our announcement today. They are the driving force behind this exciting news that we are able to announce today. And it would be remiss, I would be remiss if I did not preliminarily thank them for the wonderful job they've been doing. As Angie mentioned, this has been a turbulent spring. It's been a turbulent summer. The city's response to the pandemic has been laser focused, particularly on two areas: our community generally and our economy. So our people and our workforce. This focus has led to unprecedented city investments in initiatives including $25 million for rental assistance, the distribution of nearly 700,000 free face coverings. It led to a likewise unprecedented $37 million in direct loans and grants for businesses and nonprofits. And it has also led to a $20 million investment in contact tracing and community testing, that being done in partnership with the Marion County Public Health Department and the Indiana University Fairbanks School of Public Health. The need is clear. The further assistance for residents must be just as clear. From March to June, over 120,000 Marion County residents filed for unemployment. And as Angie mentioned, that's over 12% of our county's overall population. That's why over the last several months, the Regional Workforce Partnership has been working in partnership with the Office of the Mayor to create a phased response that provides both immediate support to employers and job seekers, while also building sustainable long-term processes that will lead to economic mobility for many, many city residents. Today, we are particularly and uniquely thrilled to share the fruits of their labor, the Rapid Reemployment Response Plan. It furthers our vision for Indianapolis, our vision for Central Indiana, to have a coordinated process for supporting and reemploying residents. As part of this plan, today we are launching a free online tool in partnership with Employ Indy and Ascend Indiana that provides a central location for those dislocated workers to connect with available jobs and training opportunities. This solution will provide resources and connections for Indianapolis residents of all education backgrounds, connecting individuals with higher paying jobs and providing them the skills and the resources to further their career. Skills and resources that they so justly deserve. In this rapidly evolving job market, we have worked to ensure all job seekers of every education level and every education background will be served. For we know that while every corner of our economic map has been affected, the COVID era has been toughest on low income and minority communities, with 75% of Black households and 65% of Latinx households suffering job losses. Today, our city once again comes together as the economic engine of our state. Together, we are working toward a better Indianapolis and a better Central Indiana. And it is in that spirit that I want to thank the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership. I want to thank Ascend Indiana. I want to thank Employ Indy. I want to thank the Indianapolis Chamber of the Indy Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, and frankly, all of our city stakeholders and partners who have helped to provide more certainty in an extremely uncertain time. I believe that the efforts that you will hear about from our speakers today will be transformative in helping Indianapolis residents, Central Indiana residents, connecting them with higher paying jobs and providing them the skills and the resources necessary to further their career. So I hand it back to you, Deputy Mayor, for our speakers to make this announcement in full detail today.
Thank you, Mayor. As you all know, our Workforce Development Board is Employ Indy. And through the leadership of Employ Indy, we have been able to really focus on how to help our job seekers in Marion County in the city of Indianapolis. We'll now hear from the president and CEO and my friend, Angie Carr-Klitsch, to kind of share with us additional details on the program and the role that Employ Indy has been playing through this team effort. Angie?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, and good morning, everyone. As you and many others know, prior to the pandemic and in a strong economy, a disproportionate number of our working residents were already living in poverty, and the economic effects of COVID-19 have only multiplied the number of Indianapolis neighbors experiencing financial insecurity and wondering how they're going to feed their family or pay rent. Today, Employ Indy and Ascend, with support from the Regional Workforce Partnership, are launching a free online tool to connect individuals seeking employment with companies looking to hire in real time. This navigational tool will also align additional resources like subsidized training to help residents advance in their career. This tool is an adapted version of the Ascend Network, a proven platform that will connect job seekers with individualized support to help them get ready for their next job. Job seekers who live or want to work in Marion County can visit www.employindy.org/rapid reemployment response to get started. They will follow 3 easy steps to get connected with the services and resources they need to be job ready and to get connected to their next employment opportunity. The process is simple. Visit the landing page and create a login. Answer a few short questions about yourself, and you'll be redirected to the most relevant resources. And there, you'll receive personalized support to help navigate the path to applying for a job. In order to begin immediately connecting with employers, individuals should have a high school diploma or equivalency and an updated resume. If a job seeker meets these criteria, they will be connected to a talent recruiter at either Employ Indy or Ascend Indiana, who will learn about their skills and interests and help them begin connecting with employers. Other job seekers will be connected directly to Work One Indy, or a community-based organization for individualized career services like subsidized education or training, resume creation, and job search assistance. Individuals aged 18 to 24 who do not have a high school diploma or equivalency will be redirected to Yes Indy for adult education and career services. In the end, the Ascend Network will better serve individuals during a challenging time for job seekers. And ultimately, our collective goal is to provide residents of Central Indiana with opportunities for economic growth and mobility. Our community's rapid reemployment response would not have been possible without the leadership of the mayor and without pre-existing partnerships between Employ Indy, Ascend, and many other local and state workforce development partners. Due to the collaborative nature of leadership in our city, we are now in a position to mobilize quickly to serve residents and employers in a way that, frankly, our peers around the country are not.
Thank you, Angie. Appreciate that. So the Rapid Reemployment Response Plan provides additional resources and capacity to adapt the Ascend Network, as Angie just clearly stated, for a broader range of job seekers and employers to support the entire economic system in Indianapolis and to scale what is occurring in Central Indiana. Next, we will hear from Jason Kloth. He is the president and CEO of Ascend Indiana. Jason, if you would please share with us the importance of this resource and for driving the inclusive growth. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. While the Ascend Network was designed to serve an early in career audience, to meet changing workforce demands, Ascend and Employ Indy have adapted that technology to serve job seekers from a variety of educational and experiential backgrounds. Now the Ascend Network is truly a one-stop shop for employers and job seekers to connect talent to employment. The expanded network will solely focus on jobs that pay at least $13 per hour. This will help to ensure that residents can obtain a higher paying job, one that leads to economic mobility. While most of the focus right now is on resuming operations safely, Indianapolis must continue planning for the future. As the economy recovers, individuals who don't have the relevant skills will struggle to find good paying jobs. At the same time, employers won't be able to find enough highly skilled workers to fill their vacant positions. To ensure the success of our city and our region, we must create systems to rebuild our post-pandemic economy so that everyone, especially those who have lacked economic opportunity, have access to jobs and training that lead to prosperity for them and for their families. If we can do this, not only will residents in Central Indiana be better positioned for success, but also our region will turn this challenge into an opportunity for all to prosper.
Thank you, Jason. Now, as clearly indicated, and as we all know, not only are our residents impacted by the COVID-19 and this unemployment crisis, but our employers have also been impacted in a variety of ways by this pandemic. So some of our employers are continuing to hire, some of our employers are scaling back and removing employees. And then we have some that are shifting and are rapidly reemploying. Through this rapid reemployment response plan, the Ascend Network is extremely useful tool for our employers to engage and connect with available talent in our city and in our region, those who want to work in Marion County. Speaking on behalf of our regional employers, I'd like to introduce to you Michael Huber, who is the president and CEO of the Indy Chamber. Michael.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Hogsett. Thank you to our colleagues at Ascend and Employ Indy. Indy Chamber is really proud to be a part of this solution. It has been a really tough road for businesses in general the last 5 months. Certainly not like anything we've ever seen. And while a lot of the concern and the support goes to the businesses that are experiencing the challenges, evidenced by the unprecedented level of small business lending and small business supports that the mayor has really led, and we've been proud to be a part of it, that the governor has announced more recently that we're very appreciative of as well. A lot of our attention is going to those sectors that have been challenged, like retail sectors and restaurants, and it should be, frankly. But there's a bit of an underrated story about a lot of these industries that are hiring, and some of them are hiring really fast. E-commerce comes to mind, certain subsectors within life sciences that are helping us in the response to COVID. Certain subsectors of manufacturing are hiring, and they're scaling up really fast. And so we are urging the businesses in our network and more generally to look very seriously and in many cases enroll in this rapid reemployment response solution to help them identify talent very, very fast, diverse talent very, very fast. Our partners in creating this solution, Ascend and Employ Indy, both have great history in creating these solutions. And I think of Ascend's recent experience helping companies including Walker Information, American Red Cross of Indiana, Roche Diagnostics find talent and scale up fast. So we would let our employers know by connecting to rapid reemployment, you're working with organizations that know what they're doing, that really know how to serve the employer, understand the needs of the employer. As Angie Carr-Klitsch mentioned, they've made it incredibly simple to enroll. There's just one login. There's literally a one-stop. It's very easy to enroll. It's very fast. And you can also be assured that the job seekers and the talent that you're connecting with have also gone through a vetting process that is very inclusive, but also provides them, they must meet with a representative one-on-one to hear more about their skills and their qualifications, and that representative is advising them. So every single person that you're connecting with has also met with a representative and has gone through a vetting process, so you know you're getting appropriate candidates for your needs. And this thing has been designed around speed, hence the name. So it's incredibly easy to enroll. You're going to get access to candidates you might not otherwise have gotten access to, who have been vetted and whose qualifications have been vetted. Now, we are very proud to have been a part of this solution because you got really tough times, but in some of the subsectors that I mentioned, again, we do have industries that are scaling up very fast. And in the Indianapolis region, we're lucky that we have a concentration of those industries as well. So we're incredibly grateful to have been a part of the solution. And we also want to urge all businesses that are looking to connect with talent and to scale up to take a hard look at rapid reemployment response and just enroll in it. It's really easy. You've got nothing to lose, and you will be connected with talent that you might not otherwise have gotten access to. So thank you for letting us be a part of the solution. We're in full support of rapid reemployment response.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jason. And thank you so much, Mayor, for this. This concludes the official component. We are now going to switch over to the Q&A, and Taylor Schaefer will give the instructions on rules of engagement. Thank you, Taylor.
As always, media, if you'll put your name and outlet in the Q&A box, we will call upon you and respond, unmuting you manually on our side, and then you'll be able to ask the questions and we'll be able to respond accordingly. Our first question is from Eric Berman at WIBC.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me? I'll try and do something about the feedback. I think my question is for Michael, but Mayor Hogsett or Mayor Smith-Jones, feel free to chime in on this. All of you mentioned that there are some businesses that are scaling up rapidly. There's also a lot of businesses that still aren't hiring. So how much of a dent can this make when employers are still trying to come out of a recessionary period?
To speculate, Eric, I think the growth, and this some of this is anecdotal, some of this is data. What we've seen, e-commerce and logistics are staffing up very fast. Some of the life sciences subsectors that are producing things like test kits and treatments in the fight against COVID, we know are staffing up. We've got several marketing firms in our orbit that are doing very well and that are growing, as well as businesses are trying to find new ways to tell the story. Obviously, those are very different industries that meet different needs. But if we get a lot of businesses enrolled very fast, we think we can definitely make a dent. And now it's really too early to tell, but I could see if we got dozens approaching hundreds of businesses enrolled, they're definitely accessing a pool of hundreds and then thousands of candidates. So it can definitely make a dent. Maybe more importantly, it can give people hope, both individuals and employers. And if we can get people fully enrolled, our partners have made it incredibly easy to enroll. It gives us some hope that we can, again, make a dent. Time will tell how big a dent.
Our next question is Kelly from Fox 59.
Hey there, can you hear me all? Okay, so earlier on, I'm not sure who this applies to, so whoever wants to chime in, feel free. But earlier on, you guys had rattled off some numbers talking about unemployment between March and June. But looking at the initial unemployment insurance claims that have been filed in Indiana, this month we have seen the lowest number since the middle of March. So I'm just wondering, what is the snapshot right now? How many people in the Indianapolis area are in need of a job? And do you have an idea of what the new jobs rate is? Like how many jobs are available out there right now?
Angela, do you want to jump in on this?
I'd be happy to. So I think I'll answer the second question first. So like how many jobs are really out there? This tool is allowing us to aggregate in real time the availability of jobs, which is incredibly powerful, not only to give hope, as Michael Huber indicated, for individuals who maybe have been displaced due to COVID, but frankly, relying only on labor market information that's very theoretical and data driven is challenging, given this recovery looks different than anything we've necessarily seen prior in this economy. I do want to speak to your earlier point, which is that unemployment numbers have been dropping, which is actually a good thing. Pandemic unemployment insurance has expired. So many of those individuals in the gig economy are back in operation now and no longer being able to draw down those benefits. But I think that we're going to continue to see, particularly in those industries affected early on in the crisis around hospitality and tourism, that those jobs are going to be slow to come back. And so we continue to segment the data around unemployment benefits to understand the populations and industries most disproportionately affected and try to connect those individuals working in that space or previously working in that space to where the new opportunities are existent as a result of having this platform.
Thank you.
And I think just to add to what Andy shared, while there is not consensus amongst economists as to what the shape of this recovery will ultimately look like, and while we are seeing unemployment going down, there's some question about whether there's active labor market participation in the way that we saw pre-COVID. I think what's important to mention, though, is that between Ascend and Employ Indy, there are already nearly 400 employers using this platform, and there are several hundred open jobs that meet that $13 an hour above criteria. So our focus at Ascend, alongside our colleagues at Employ Indy, is really how do we help people that are looking get connected to those jobs as quickly as possible so we accelerate this recovery ultimately.
Thanks so much.
Great. That concludes our press conference. We will send out a press release and additional information following this event. Thanks so much.